Decluttering and organizing a very messy space can feel overwhelming, and I definitely felt that when I tackled this messy closet. But I asked myself two important questions that helped me power through the mountain of junk that I pulled from this closet this week. So let me show you the before I started decluttering. I'm going to show you the closet. The closet that I'm decluttering in this video is our main hall closet. I declutter and organize this closet every season to fit whatever's going on in that season. In the summer, it holds swim gear and basketball uniforms. In the winter, it holds snow gear and coats. It's also a dumping ground for stuff that just doesn't have a home somewhere else. It's got roller skates, board games, bags, backpacks, cleaning tools, shoes. My husband's shoes and my shoes are also stored in here. It's also a kitchen overflow for stuff that is just too big for our kitchen cabinets. So it has a really big job in our house to store a lot of things for us. So the first question I had to ask myself was, what should even be organized in this closet? And I started the whole project writing out a list of things that I wanted to keep in this closet specifically. And that helped guide me through all of the decisions. Once I started taking everything out of the closet, I realized how much extra stuff was in there that I didn't write on my list that I wanted to organize and keep in here. By the way, in case you're new here, my name is Erica Lucas, and I share videos about decluttering that have led me on a journey of slow and simple living for the last 4.5 years. I actually skipped decluttering and organizing this closet over the summer after spring. And so it's been 6 months since I've actually tackled this closet. And when I feel a space start to become overwhelming where we literally can't even open the door, I know I need to simplify the number of items that are in there and how things are organized in that space. And I love these opportunities to rethink the spaces in our house as systems. Rather than just looking at it as a closet and what I want to keep there, I think about how I need it to function and work for us. How we need a space to be able to walk in safely without stepping on a million things and grab the things that we need, to give some autonomy to my children for their roller skates and their snow gear. So my husband can have all of his stuff stored in there that he likes, that me and my husband can just go in and find the shoes that we actually want to wear for the day without having to dig through a mountain of junk. And so just clearing out the initial space of shoes and the floor and the stuff that was hanging on the utility hooks on the wall was a really great kickoff for this space. I still had the other half of the closet and the back half and the shelves to deal with, but just getting everything out and literally throwing it out there into the hallway felt therapeutic and really something for me that I needed to do. I asked the kids to help me because they helped make the mess, but the agreement in our house for when it comes to YouTube is if you don't want to be on camera, that is your choice. And 2 of my kids did not really want to participate in the project and be on camera. My oldest is always willing to do it. He's always willing to help, and he loves being on YouTube. So I always seek their permission for projects like this, and he was willing to help me redo these bins. He wanted his own bin for gymnastics. He and his sister had been sharing, and so they wanted to have a separate bin for their own personal gymnastics gear and clothes that we have. And then we also have separate bins for karate, and then we have a bin for scouts. And I was getting rid of the swim and the basketball, and I got stuck on swim because we're not doing winter swim classes indoors. The pool in our backyard is closed. So I was trying to figure out if I wanted to keep it in this closet or move it somewhere else. And I decided that it really could just get stored upstairs. I am now completely overwhelmed by this approach because I have all that junk and I still have all of these shelves to deal with. I'm going to look at my list and see what needs organizing. Winter gear, that's a good one. Kitchen overflow, I can do that. Sports gear, I just did. Okay. And shoes will happen at the end. Once everything is cleaned up, it'll be a lot easier to organize shoes. I'm going to do winter gear by person and find a home for that. The next thing I'm going to do is remove anything from here that does not belong in this closet, or at least that I don't want in the closet right now. Like that box. Okay. What's under there? Oh, the kids' hiking shoes. Oh, okay. There's hundreds of things in this closet that need all those little micro decisions about what is going to stay in this closet, what should get thrown out, what should get donated, what should be kept somewhere else in the house. And that volume of decisions is difficult. Okay, I just threw everything out of here and buried myself into the closet. I didn't even figure out what I wanted to do with anything that I threw out here. I just knew that I didn't want it in here right now. I've got their boots with their winter hats and gloves. Their roller skates, they're like changeable roller skates between blades and skates. So there's the extra pieces. I did throw the Allen wrench out there, so I'll have to find that. Game that doesn't fit anywhere else in the house right now. This is a coin basket where we put coins and collect and save. And then this is my seedling shelf that I pull out in February and start my peppers and then my tomatoes as seedlings. And then it just moves out there for a few months while I grow my seedlings. And then in the winter, it serves as dual purpose storage for us in here. And then this, I just cleared everything off except what I knew would stay. The printer and the supplies, my roaster pan, which I use pretty regularly. It just doesn't fit in the kitchen anywhere. And then I consolidated the rest of kitchen overflow up here. Stuff that doesn't fit in our kitchen cabinets or I don't use as often can stay up here. And then we organized sports. And then I've cleared off the top shelf completely. I am completely stuck. I don't know where to start. Brandon's just pulling out shoes because that feels like something we could do. I think maybe referencing my list again is going to be the way to go. So let's see, shoes. I did winter gear. I did kitchen overflow. Coats are going to be easy to hang. We did sports gear. We did the printer. We did cleaning tools. And dog towels are so easy. They'll just go right on the shelf. So honestly, what's left is a question of, should it be decluttered or put somewhere else in the house or just trashed? Because it's not on my list of things that I was thinking, or donated, that's right. I cannot believe this is what remains that was stuck in that closet. No wonder we couldn't open the door and get through there. I'm going to confess something to you, and I kind of hope that you can relate to it because you are watching this particular video, but sometimes when a space gets like this in our house, I feel like a failure as a mom, as a wife, as a housekeeper, as a homemaker. I feel like I'm failing when projects get like this. Clutter is a stimulus, but I have to give myself so much grace because life is messy and we have a house that we live in, and I'm dealing with levels of grief from losing my mom and my brother. And then I have to really just focus on all of the good things that are happening. The children are happy. They're active in sports. We do a lot of school at home. We have a really amazing group of friends in this area. We've lived here for 3.5 years, and my husband's getting ready to retire from the Navy, and we're celebrating that. And there's a lot of really great things going on. And beating myself up about one closet is not something I allow myself to do anymore. That when that feeling of failure presents itself, because it does, when it comes to clutter and a mess, I just have to remind myself that I am not alone on this journey, that you're watching this video and you probably have messes in your house that you're dealing with too, and that habits come over time, and I am dealing with thousands of less items in our home now. And that's what led me to the second question that I needed to ask myself with this project. Do I even want to continue taking care of all the stuff that didn't make it back into the closet? Some of the kids' shoes that need to go where we keep kids' shoes, which is at the end of the hallway. Okay, I'm not going to deal with that yet. I still got to tackle this. Okay, and then here's kind of how I've got it going so far. All right, so sports gear's here. I've been hanging backpacks and more sports gear. Right now I have all the coats and stuff hanging. I don't really like walking into that because for me this is like bin organization kind of closet. So I have to think about that. It could work over here, but then it makes it hard to get out the vacuum every day. So maybe if I rehome the vacuum, but okay. Towels for when it rains and we got to wipe off the dogs and keep the floor dry as we can. And the rest of the towels I'm going to put upstairs with the swim stuff that we don't need right now. I have a closet upstairs that I keep off-season stuff. So right now it has summer clothes for my kids and swim gear, and then those extra pool towels. And then this closet is the current season. Returning to that second question of, do I even want to manage all this junk that still remains out here that I need to make decisions about? Do I really want to manage it? And I literally contemplated this for like a half an hour. I cut all of that footage out because it was too much. It was just me standing there doing nothing and thinking over and over, do I want to manage it? I read a statistic recently from a survey of 2015 from Declutter.com that said that 54% of Americans are overwhelmed by clutter. We just have too much stuff. And 78% of us have no idea what to do about it. And I can't believe that I stood there that long trying to decide what to do. But what I got stuck on, that decluttering roadblock that always gets me, is we spent money on this. Is this really something I just want to throw away or give away? Is this something we might want? What if we want it later? Okay, so I'm left with a bunch of just random junk. This is recycling. That's going to get stored in the garage. That's just Andy's lunch that has to go back in the closet. And then just a bunch of random things. My daughter's purse will go in her room. But I'm asking myself right now, do I want to manage that on like a future basis, on the days beyond today? Is this inventory? Is this stuff? Are these things we want to own that I want to continue to manage? I mean, it wasn't being managed in this closet. It was just taking up space, collecting dust. I'm inclined to throw it all out. Like that's what I'm feeling. That it's not things I need to keep. That I should just declutter them, and it's not stuff I would give away. It's garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage. So many times when I work on these decluttering projects, when I talk it out with you, it helps me so much come to the realization that it is okay to throw things away sometimes, that it is okay to make a big giant pile for donation on things that you spent money on. And these repeated decisions build decluttering muscles and make it easier to declutter year after year, even though stuff still comes in the house from birthdays and holidays and grandparents and friends, and we just gather stuff. Stuff just collects. It's part of living in a home. Stuff just comes in and goes out. And recognizing that sometimes more things need to go out than are coming in is a big part of simplifying. And I love simplifying our home and finding processes and systems that work for me, my husband, and the kids. And coming to realization that sometimes trash is just trash. This game broke and it was just sitting under the shelf in the closet for like a year. I'm glad to just get rid of it and not keep it as something I have to manage. It's broken. I don't know why we were holding hope that it would not be broken. Anyway, trash recycling. My husband's lunch bag doesn't go in the garage. That's going to get stored in the garage, and skateboarding gear gets stored in the garage. That's my husband's stuff that was in there that I just need him to decide what to do with it. He usually has his lunch bag right there. Okay, my husband got that little shelf for our shoes. So my shoes are on the bottom. I'm missing my short brown boots. I don't know where those are. They might be in my closet upstairs. My husband's shoes are on the top. We'll go top down. So open space to work with. Snow pants for all 5 of us. Kitchen overflow. This is a shelf for the dog stuff. Sports gear. I still have an access problem with these coats though. And then maybe I'll just put the coats back on the hooks the way we used to have it. It just felt so crowded. I mean, granted, I have 4 coats and Andy has 3 coats. I mean, I don't know. And then I tucked this shelf back into the corner to squeeze the vacuum here to be able to make space for the coats. So then I've got that shelf done. And then this shelf has the cleaning stuff, the skating stuff, hats and gloves, scarves, boots, skates. So, world's better. I still got to figure out coats. because that's just, they're not going to work hanging here. I don't think they're going to work hanging here. This has always been more for bags and stuff, but we're going to have to maybe see how that works and if we come up with a better solution for now. And then shoes. I ended up with 2 bags of trash. I took out the recycling. I'm going to give that away. And then I'm throwing out all of these shoes as well. 4 pairs of shoes. They eat my feet, and they started out in the beginning not eating my feet, but every time I wear them, my feet hurt so much. So now I'm just going to put them all in the garbage. I mean, I guess I could donate. I don't know. They're all stretched out and gross. So I don't know. I don't think they should be donated. And then this is all the stuff that needs to go into somebody's bedroom or into the off-season storage closet upstairs. It just needs to be carried up and put away. This was a really big project for me. The 2 things that helped me finish this completely and tackle such a giant, massive amount. I mean, what did I have? Like 100 things left on the floor to make decisions about? That was massive. Making myself a list of what I wanted to organize in here to keep me on track. And then at the end, really questioning everything that was left as something I wanted to continue to take care of. Asking myself that very deep question, do I actually want to take care of everything that is left? And having the answer of no and just putting it into the trash bag helped me to eliminate so many decisions that would have just really stalled me, and then stuff would have just sat around in a pile rather than getting rid of it and having less in my life. So I'm really glad you were with me today for another declutter, and I will leave you here with this video next. Hope you're doing well.